What if I told you that a single penny, something most people toss into a cup holder and forget about forever, could be worth hundreds of dollars, maybe more? Today, we're looking at one of the most talked about coins in the entire world of coin collecting. This is the 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny. And by the end of this video, you're going to want to check every single penny you own. Let's get into it. Right here in my gloved hand, you can see both sides of this coin. The front, which coin collectors call the obverse, shows the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln facing right. Above his head, you can read the words, "In God We Trust." To the left of Lincoln's portrait, it says Liberty. And right below that, clear as day, is the date, 1945. Now flip it over to the reverse side. You'll see the words 1 cent in bold lettering right in the center, and below that, United States of America. On either side of those words, you'll notice 2 wheat stalks framing the design. That's exactly why collectors call this a wheat penny. It's one of the most recognizable coin designs in American history. This coin looks brown and worn, which is completely normal for a coin that's been in circulation for over 80 years. But don't let that fool you. Age and wear tell a story, and that story is exactly what makes coins like this one so fascinating. Let's go back in time for a second. The year is 1945. World War II is in its final months. American soldiers are still fighting in Europe and the Pacific. Back home, families are listening to radios for updates. Ration books are a part of everyday life, and factories are running around the clock. In the middle of all that, the United States Mint is still producing coins. Millions of them. In fact, 3 different mint facilities struck Lincoln Wheat pennies in 1945. The Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint each produced their own version of this coin. Here's how you tell them apart. Look closely at the reverse side, just below the date on some coins. If you see a small D, it was minted in Denver. A small S means San Francisco. And if there's no letter at all, that coin came from Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Mint alone produced over 1 billion pennies in 1945. Denver added another 266 million. San Francisco minted around 181 million. So there were a lot of these coins made, which is part of why you can still find them today. The man behind this iconic design was Victor David Brenner, a Lithuanian-born sculptor who immigrated to the United States. President Theodore Roosevelt personally selected Brenner to redesign the cent in 1909, which was the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Brenner's Lincoln portrait was so well received that it stuck for decades. The wheat penny design ran from 1909 all the way to 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse that most of us grew up with. But for coin collectors, the wheat penny years are considered a golden era of American coinage. The wheat stalks on the reverse were meant to represent American prosperity and agriculture. Simple, elegant, and meaningful. It's a design that still turns heads today. Now here's where things get really interesting. Most 1945 wheat pennies are worth more than face value, but the big money comes from specific varieties and conditions. A regular 1945 penny in average circulated condition might fetch somewhere between 5 cents and 25 cents. Not a lot, but still more than a penny. In better condition, that number climbs. A coin graded very fine or better can bring $1 or $2. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition, we're talking anywhere from $5 to $50 depending on the mint mark. But the coins that really get collectors excited are the ones with errors in rare varieties. One of the most famous is the 1945 S Micro S variety. On this coin, the San Francisco mint mark, that small s, is noticeably smaller than normal. It came from using a different punch to stamp the mint mark. These coins are genuinely rare and can sell for hundreds of dollars in nice condition. Then there are double die errors, where the design was stamped slightly off-center twice, creating a blurred or doubled look on letters or the portrait. Error coins like these have sold for significant sums at auction. Segment 5, the copper story. Here's something most people don't know. During World War II, copper was a critical war material. The government needed copper for shell casings, wiring, and military equipment. So in 1943, the U.S. Mint made pennies out of zinc-coated steel instead. But here's the crazy part. A small number of 1943 pennies were accidentally struck on leftover copper planchets from 1942. Those 1943 copper pennies are some of the most valuable coins in American history. One sold for over $1 million. Now, by 1944 and 1945, the mint went back to using copper, actually recycled from shell casings collected after battles. So the coin you're looking at right now, this 1945 Lincoln wheat penny, is made from copper that very possibly came from World War II ammunition. Think about that. That copper has its own history. It might have traveled across an ocean. It might have been part of a victory. And now it's sitting in the palm of a gloved hand, still holding its shape after 80 years. Segment 6. How to evaluate your own coins. If you got old pennies sitting around, here's what to look for. First, check the date. Any wheat penny from 1909 to 1958 is worth holding on to. Pre-1940 coins tend to be more valuable simply because fewer survived in good condition. Second, look for the mint mark. The 1909 SVB penny, the first year of the Lincoln cent made in San Francisco with Brenner's initials, is one of the rarest. Only about 484,000 were made. A nice example can bring thousands of dollars. Third, check the condition. Don't clean your coins. This is the number one mistake new collectors make. Cleaning a coin removes the natural patina and actually destroys value. Leave it exactly as you found it. Fourth, look for errors. Use a magnifying glass. Check the lettering, the date, and the mint mark. Any doubling, misprint, or off-center strike could mean extra value. Finally, if you think you've got something special, take it to a professional coin dealer or submit it to a grading service like PeaceGS or NGC. They'll authenticate it and grade it, which dramatically increases how much you can sell it for. This little coin right here, brown, worn, and 80 years old, is a piece of real American history. It was born during World War II, made from war materials, passed through countless hands, and somehow made its way to today. That's what coin collecting is really about. It's not just money. It's history you can hold. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe. We're going to keep finding these old coins and telling their stories. And drop a comment below if you found a wheat penny in your own change. I want to know about it. Until next time, keep searching. You never know what's hiding in your pocket.